Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Fro Thizzle, and today I'm going to be talking about the 2025 film Until Dawn. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Now, long story short, I'm not the best spokesperson for the game because I have played it, I know what happens in it, and I do know who the main villain is, but I've never finished the game. I have a couple close homies of mine and movie nerds that have seen the movie who are big fans of the game who didn't love the film. So I went into it with not too much high anticipation other than it being R-rated. I was pretty happy to see that the studio didn't interfere and step in with the PG-13 rating. Now, there isn't really a good track record with games that get adapted into films. The only ones that I can think of are maybe Silent Hill, which I really do like. I know some people don't, but I do. And I have a guilty pleasure with Doom with The Rock. It's not great, but I can kick back and enjoy it. And I do love the Super Mario Brothers movie recently, but Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a piece of trash. Dragon Ball Evolution. I can go on and on. I know Dragon Ball Z is also a series, but the games also come to mind. But going back to Until Dawn, I got to say, I did enjoy a good chunk of this film. I didn't love it completely, and there are some things that I wish they did do better with certain choices. But I thought the blood and the gore were very done well. It was a joy to see practical effects. And I even looked in the IMDb trivia and saw that the director, David, I saw the director really put his time into practical effects and wanted damn near no CGI work, which I really appreciate, especially when it comes to horror and action. But I also got to say that the practical work and the blood and gore were probably the strongest points for me in the movie. I did think the acting was pretty serviceable and pretty good at certain points. And I do like the time loop idea. It reminds me of a Groundhog Day meets The Descent kind of feel. Another thing I really enjoyed was that there are different creatures and killers that are going after our characters. But another big criticism that I had with the movies was that I felt it was a little bit rinse and repeat at the same time. Now, from what I understand, this movie is not a direct lift following the same exact characters from the game. So we're following brand new characters. It's standalone, but it's in the same universe of Until Dawn, except the character played by Peter Stormare, who I believe, if I'm correct, plays this same character in the game. I think he's the only one that comes back from the game, but he has a more villainous role here in the film. I am a fan of Peter Stormare, and it is really nice to see him pop up, but I also felt that his character was a little bit underutilized and not explained that well. Just from how far I've gotten in the game, there are a couple Easter eggs in the movie, and the main one I can think of is Rami Malek's face as a photo on the doctor's desk. And since the story is revolving around different creatures and killers that can pop up and murder these characters, I felt I wanted a bit more of that. The only two creatures that I can think of that do pop up are the Wendigos from the game and the killers, which I don't really remember from the game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I did like the Wendigos and how they looked in the movie, but the use of the killers, I felt they could have dialed it back down just a bit. Spoilers, but another nitpick I have that I thought was also cool at the same time, there's this giant figure that reminded me of Iron Giant, and we don't really get to see his capabilities or what he's able to do. He just gets a 2-second flash. And when I seen him, I was like, oh, yo, he looks crazy. Oh, I can't wait to see what he does. And that's all the screen time he has. So they pulled a thing with the mist at the end of the mist where you see the giant creature with the tentacles attached. Like, at least we knew what that creature can do. But this giant, he's just standing around like, hey, what's up? But wrapping it up, even if I didn't love Until Dawn, I still did like a good chunk of it. The characters are borderline likable, but also forgettable. I can't tell you what occupation or what career choice that either of them made in their life. I barely remembered their names. The look of the movie is pretty cool. Sometimes it's a bit dark for me. And that's one of my nitpicks with certain horror movies where the screen, you can barely see what's going on. But definitely need some more lighting in certain areas. But other than my nitpicks, I'm going to have to give Until Dawn about a 6.5 out of 10. But that's it, y'all. It's your boy Fro Thizzle. What did you think about the film adaptation of Until Dawn? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. In the meantime, between time, I'm on to the next review. And thank you guys for watching. Fro?